Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video of Impossible Mowers. In today's video, we're going to be working on this Predator, which is the motor I was telling you guys about that's going to go into this beautiful 64 Suburban. So without further ado, stay tuned. We got the old Predator motor here. The first thing I want to tell you guys about this motor, if you're interested in any of what we do here, link in the description. I know I always say it, but I never like to do these builds without really letting you guys know. There's always a link in the description for you guys if you're wondering at all where we get this stuff. And so without further ado here, we're going to get started. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going to replace this pull start bell housing, and the reason why we're replacing it is simply because we just like the shinier one. I mean, that's it. There's literally nothing wrong with this. We're not going to trash it. It's not going to the scrap. We're actually we might be using this one actually on another another Predator motor, which is being ran on our log splitter that needs one. So none of the stuff here ever goes to waste. So because these bolts are so loose, I loosened them up before with some pliers. I'm just going to take this, what do we got here? 5/16 socket, deep socket here, and we're just gonna loosen this puppy up. Now, for some of you guys who are not familiar with the Predator brand, these are very tough motors, and you can buy them for a very affordable price on Harbor Freight. I mean, Amazon sells them, and of course, GoPowersports sells them. They're actually sponsored by them, but they tend to jack the prices a little more. And GoPowersports sells them a lot more expensive because you can actually buy them with a performance option, with like a performance carb, heads, all that good stuff. So if you're ever wondering, oh, what should I put in my horizontally opposed mower, you should put a Predator, in my opinion, or a Honda, or a Kawasaki. They're all good motors, made well. There we have it. See, there's absolutely nothing wrong. I'll put my phone away here. It's a little hard to pull. It's just been used for quite a while. It's old, but there's nothing wrong with it, so we're still going to use it. And I did say before, I think I said it in the other video, but in case I didn't, I'll say it again. I was going to replace this, but I mean, what would be the point of unbolting this bolt, having to take this out just to put a newer one on, even though this one's just fine? So that's fine there. But what I am noticing is there's a lot of nuts in this engine cover, so I don't know if it's going to be a big deal. It shouldn't be. I'm going to pop this engine cover off just to see what we're looking at, because we're not running this motor with those nuts in it, that's for sure. So without further ado, I'm going to stop the camera here, and I'm going to get back to you guys when I get the blower shroud off. Alrighty guys, I'll bring you in for a closer look, but I got all the nuts out. Look at all that, nice and clean. A couple of pieces of dirt there, but you can see where all the nuts came out. Right up in there. So that's pretty good. Everything else here looks pretty clean. I am seeing a couple leaves right up in there. Nothing bad. She's looking like she's going to be a solid runner. Pull start, and then there's the kill switch right there. So I'm going to put this blower shroud back on, and then we will resume our build here. Alrighty guys, got the old brand new parts, the old goodie bag, and we're going to install the pull cord here. So, once again, still using our 5/16 socket. Here is the goodie bag. Beautiful, just beautiful. Alrighty, so we got that. And this just comes with the extra pull rope and all that stuff. Oh, it does come with new hardware. You know what? We'll replace the hardware while we're at it too. That's pretty minty. All right. Let me put this puppy up high so I can do two things at once. All right. Beautiful. You can see this one's got a nice bigger handle. Here's the side-to-side difference here. Same pull cord, nothing different. Just the actual, okay, same pull cord housing, just different pull cords. You can see the handle is just a little bigger on this one than this one. Anyways, okay. So, what's really cool about these pull cords is you can adjust them any way you want. One of the biggest reasons why GoPowersports and Predator and all these big companies put a lot of holes on their mounting plates is because you can change the direction any way you want. You could have yours sitting like this, full 360, anywhere you want it. For our application, we're gonna have it like this. Because when this sits on the side of the engine bay right here, we can just get down, rip a good pull cord, and then go to town. All right, so I think these are the same size bolts. If they're not, I don't know. I might, yeah, different bolts. Okay. I might have this size. It's a pretty small size. I want to say something. I think I do have the bolt size here, actually. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Very sorry for the delay. I did not know these came. I thought these came with the same bolt size, but fortunately, that's not the case. These are different bolt size, so I think these are bigger bolt size. I should have it around here. Damn, that's interesting. I don't have it. It's not necessary to replace the hardware. I just wanted to do it just because. It might be like a 10 millimeter, which I might actually have. Holy smokes. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. Terribly sorry for the wait. Should have gotten this prepared. See if a 7/16 will do. Alrighty, so we're going to position our bolts right here. See if that even fits. That's feeling pretty rough. I don't know. Completely different thread sizes. I'm pretty sure. Either that or I'm mounting it wrong. Let's see. Always check your threads first before you go install anything. Yeah, look at that right there. It gets stiff right there. That is the wrong threads. We're going to strip and break those threads. Which is fine. We'll still keep this hardware around as like a emergency backup, but we're not going to ruin these threads anytime soon now. And I really don't want to, because these are brand new. This is pretty much a brand new motor. Only ran it about 5 times and that was it. You can see how these threads, they just go right in, no problem. But the other ones, they just, could because it's coarse thread, metric American, I don't know. Yeah, you can actually see, it's hard to see, but this one's spaced, the threads are a lot more spaced out, whereas this one, the threads are way more tighter together. So it's definitely the wrong thread size, which is fine, because the bolt still goes into the hole like that. So it's no biggie. Line this up. Very good. Put our bolt in I have a Band-Aid on. Oops, I have a Band-Aid on because I was welding something for someone and the bit of welding wire got down on my glove. It's not nothing bad. I didn't burn it too bad. It just got really warm. Well, I guess you could say I burned it, but it wasn't bad. It was just a little screech, that's it. All right, so we got our angle down, so we're now going to try and put this bolt in. Come on. There we go. Look at that, nice and even. Just what we want. Alrighty. Right there. I was backing it out just to make sure I didn't have anything jammed in there. Sometimes what will happen is you go to put these new blower shrouds on and there can be dirt or something in the threads which prevents you from screwing it on. I was just checking for that, but there was nothing. Alrighty, second bolt. So the way a lot of people might think that these go on, I don't know, but some people have actually seen they put them on like this, 1, 2, 3, and that works, but that doesn't leave a lot of support for the bottom. So when you go to pull start, the bottom's gonna flex, and before you know it, you're gonna break or bend your pull cord. Always, always, always do it star pattern. Same thing like on your heads on your mower, your valve cover, anything you put on that requires a certain amount of bolts to keep it steady, always put it on star pattern. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and either go 1 on the side here or 1 on the other side here. They do only give you 3 bolts, but they don't say you have to do this, but I've actually found that you can actually damage these pull cords if you don't go star pattern, because like I said before, you're putting a lot of pressure on these 3 bolts, and when these 3 bolts are being pulled, they're bending like that. Not that dramatically, but by little, you're pulling, you can bend it. So always put 1 on the bottom here. Always, always, always. If one doesn't fit, make one fit, because a lot of stuff can go wrong on the trails. You know, we're trying to make these rigs reliable. We're not half-assing this kind of stuff. And part of making these rigs reliable is being able to think ahead of time and look at the motor and look at your weak points and try to fix those while you can, because you don't want to find that stuff out the hard way on the trails, which I've done before and it absolutely sucks. Oh my god, this is coming in not nice here. There we go. Nice. Screw that puppy in. I will grab my socket wrench and tighten these down. I'm just loosening them, like doing a nice little hand tighten here with my hand. Going on really good here. Nice. And then we'll add our last bolt, which looks like it dropped. Uh-oh. Now with this bolt, some of you guys might be thinking, oh, does it matter left and right? And really, it shouldn't matter too much. But I'm probably going to take this bolt and I'm probably going to put it over here. The reason why I'm saying I'm putting it over here is because this is your pulling side right here. So your pulling side is what's going to be hit the most. It's going to be pulling the most. So you want your pulling side to be really, really strong, but at the same time, like I said before, keep your base at that same level of strength. So we're going to go 1 on the bottom, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, 1 here strict on the side. It's optional for you to put another one on the side here if you wanted to, just as that extra safety. But I mean, I really don't think it's necessary. Alrighty guys, here we go. So put the light on. I always have the light on. I know you guys can see what we're doing here, but you can see the light just kind of gives you a little more visual, and I will put this camera a little closer to it at times. So the first thing off the bat I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a little bit of corrosion on this fuel line. Nothing bad. I think it's savable, or there's probably nothing wrong with it. Air filter line, my bad. Exhaust. Holy smokes, I'm tired today. I'm so sorry, it's a Monday. Vent tube, that's what it's called, because a lot of that vapor for the gas, you can't have just a fully closed gas tank. As some of you guys know, you have to have some sort of exit for the fumes in that gas. So a lot of those fumes go through what's called a vent tube, and it vents it straight into the air filter, right where the motor can breathe in, and now the carburetor's getting that beautiful air to fuel mixture, and part of that air is some of the fumes from the gas tank. So the more you know. So, oh wow, okay, just wants to come right off. 2 clips right here. Gotta be really easy because these are plastic, so we don't want to break nothing. Alright, I can see what's going on here. We got this vent tube that's going through the air filter, and it goes right down in there. Hang on a second. If this is... I'm actually wrong. I'm just realizing something. I thought one of our other Predators has this on top of it, and then a fuel line coming from the bottom to the carburetor, which I think this is what happens, right? Hang on. Fuel line goes there. I think so. I don't want to give you guys misinformation. I'm pretty sure this. Hang on. Yep, no, I'm correct. All right, I'm just making sure. I thought this was like a one of those vapor plugs, not vapor plugs, fuel plugs, where the fuel gets sucked from the top, not the bottom. But I was right. It's a vacuum line. I always like to double check because I don't want to confuse you guys, give you misinformation. Must run 15-20 minutes after 3 months and add fuel stabilizer. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna take this puppy off. We're gonna use some needle nose pliers. Alrighty. These are some old pliers. They go back a good while. Alright. Now the reason I'm doing this by hand is because these are really thin rubber tubes, and you could use this puppy, but you see what happens after a while? You can start to see, I don't know if you can see it there, but my markings after grabbing this with the teeth, whether it's light or tight, is being made on that fuel line. And what can happen is if the fuel line's too old, you can puncture the fuel line with your pliers, so always good just to be safe. Alrighty, so now we're gonna take this clip out using the fuel line there. Come on. Alright, let me put this phone down here for a second. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Fuel line, vacuum line looks really good. And you can see the fuel line. I'll show you here. The fuel line goes right here. Hang on. So the fuel line goes right over here, and then it goes up into the bottom of the gas tank. It's hard to see because they hide it really well. So we're gonna pop this air filter off. Definitely gonna need a new air filter. This one's shot. I mean, it's usable, it's runnable, but it's shot. Now, the one thing I'm really curious about is the carburetor we're getting. I don't know if that's gonna fit the plastic housing here for the air filter. I'm not sure. I know it comes with its own air filter in the front, but with that being said, without this plastic cover, it makes the fuel vacuum line run different. It makes the governor, I mean, all this stuff is going to be really, really funky. And I know the way we're going to be doing this is a gas pedal. But with that being said, for you to do a gas pedal, you really got to start thinking about your governor rod and stuff, because you can't just disconnect the rod and then go freebird. I mean, you could, but you'd have to take apart the motor and delete the governor. So what's going to really be interesting here is how we're going to set this up. Because the carburetor has a cable coming from the top, and that's your throttle, and then another cable as your choke. So I really don't know how this is going to be done. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm probably overthinking it. I've never done one before. That's the only reason why I'm overthinking it. But I was just thinking about that now. Alright, got this rubber fitting here. Alright. Not too bad, actually. I missed... Oh, never mind. Yep, dirty. Looks like it's bent, too. Like, got hit by something. Not too bad in there, not too bad. Looking pretty alright. Pretty alright. I'm just trying to think of a way to get the fuel out without spilling. I think I got a bottle next to me I can just take that out with. Alrighty. Trying to find the right kit here. Or I'm sorry, the right bolt to use. Craftsman. What is this? 11 millimeter. Ooh. Alright. Buck is borrowing my socket wrench right now, so I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Grab a pair of pliers. Alright. Nope, wrong size bolt. Lean you guys in a little closer. See, those are the bolts we're dealing with right there, 2 of them. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do this off camera. I don't want to waste too much of your time, so let me get these bolts off and then we'll move on to the next thing. Alrighty guys, we got our socket here. I found it. It's a 1332. And I also found this puppy. Alright, so we can do it the right way. It's on there pretty good. It is on there pretty good. Okay. Yep, no, that's not gonna do it. Alright. I might try to use these pliers right here. Just to see. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but... Oh, did that come free? It may have just come free, I don't know. Nope. Okay. Darn it. Oh, yeah, those aren't coming off. Okay. That's not a big problem. These 2 bolts aren't coming off. So, what I might try to do... It's kind of hard because my socket wrench is being borrowed right now, so... Okay. I might just keep trying it over and over again. You never know. Yeah, that's just not coming off, is it? Nope. Okay, well, let me get back to you guys when I get these 2 bolts off. I don't know how long it's going to take me. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, after a little bit of some hard twisting, we got them loose. Don't want to lose these bolts. Bolt number 1. Like I said, this is a 1332 socket. Number 2. So, basically, the way that these come out, because this is not the first time I've actually had to do this part of a Predator. So, this should just slide right out. A little bit of pressure. Yep. Okay, there's the assembly. Ooh, look at that. Dirty. We're not using this though. We're gonna keep it for some spare parts, like I said, because we do have another one of these, but we're not gonna use it. I'm also gonna save this gasket too, actually. These are some nice steel gaskets, or aluminum, whatever the hell they are. Good gasket. Everything else here is junk. I mean, these aren't, but the carburetor's just, everything's just gone on this thing. Got some leaves here. Clean all that stuff out. Alrighty, sorry about the camera move there. Okay, so there's our stuff. And I'll walk you guys through how to remove this stuff. So this choke lever, you can see it just kind of goes in and out like that. You just pull up, put that off to the side, and then try to pull this a little forward. See this little, this is what I love about this thing. Look at this little choke rod here. Just work it out a little bit. Boom, that comes off. And then look at this, dig this. The throttle cable, you actually push it in a healthy amount. Come on. You know what, I might have to push this one out actually. Oh, you know what's dragging us? It's the fuel line. That's what's going on. Alrighty. I did anticipate gas being in this motor, so I think there is actually gas in this motor, so we're gonna grab an old bottle here. This is old soda can here, soda bottle. Wherever the hell my tweezers went, oh my goodness. This is some pretty interesting MacGyver stuff here. So I think my tweezers are over here. Oh, you know what? We probably don't need them actually. We might, but I don't think so. I think these are just big enough to where I can just get, yep, look at that. Just pinch my fingers, roll it up. And then, okay, so I gotta, there, okay. I gotta get this done right the first time. Found the tweezers. Trying to get this camera work steady. I don't like shaky camera work. These tweezers, pull this up. This is one of the worst parts about these motors, I'd say, is just the clips are just cheap. I mean, they work, and you know what, they're not too bad. But as far as rolling them up, they tend to break sometimes. Right, I know I said we can't use the clippers or these needle nose, but this really calls for it. I can't get my hands right in there. Come on. Okay, there is fuel in there. Okay, so what we'll do, grab our bottle without tipping the camera over. Voila. Even I know there's fuel in that tank. I don't know why it's not flowing out. But I guess we'll take that as a good thing. I'll still have the bottle on the side in case it does start to pump. But you just slide that puppy out. Nice and easy. This thing's just done, dude. There's no reviving this. This has been left open like this for 2 years, so I'm sure something happened to it. Alrighty. There we have it. There's the carburetor and air filter out. Spark plug, I think it's fine. I don't think we're going to change that. yeah, I definitely got this some cleanup. That's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned for some future videos. We will be installing the winch, the carburetor, and some of the new fuel line in some future videos. But I just wanted to put something out there, keep you guys updated, and I figured this would be a good time to do it. So without further ado, guys, that is it. I mean, we got the new, why can't I speak? We got the new pull string put on, which works really nice. A little too nice, and I want that to slide off. We got the carburetor off, we got the air filter off. I mean, we're looking pretty good here. So stay tuned for future videos, like I said before. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family so we can get some more subscribers, because pretty soon enough, we're gonna get that 500 mark, and we're gonna start doing some pretty cool stuff. Chuck is almost ready, by the way, so that'll be pretty awesome. So future videos on that for sure. And like I did say before in previous videos, we are thinking of customizing our own sticker here, and definitely, I kind of definitely want to turn that into some merch down the road, so keep your eyes out for that. But other than that, I hope you guys stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time.